Call the July 19th Waterworks District meeting to order. And I need a roll call with all two of us.
Nick Furtek is absent. Bill Manasopoulos?
Present.
Ken Gambala?
Present.
Wayne Pondinas is absent. Joe Wizawati?
Present.
Because you only have two of the three members, all votes have to be unanimous.
We had two minutes to approve. And we had the June 21st regular meeting. Any corrections or additions? If not, no motion, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the June 21st meeting minutes as presented.
All right, I'll second it, even though I'm chairman. All in favor signify by aye. We don't need a roll call on everything, do we?
Aye. I'm sorry.
Motion carried. And then we had that special meeting with the sanitary board. And that was on July 11th. Any corrections or additions to that?
And I'd like to make a motion to approve the July 11th special meeting minutes as presented.
Yeah, I'll second that. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried, minutes approved. All right, I got an email that Haas wasn't going to be here, so.
Right, so I could kind of go through this if you want. So the bids came back with respect to the conflict for the 41 culvert project. Haas directly solicited the bids for the project. These were due by the 15th. Three companies had submitted their bids. Gatlin Plumbing came in at $300,000 even. Woodruff and Son came in at $356,599.88, and Goff Construction came in at $363,422. Based on the review of these, Gatlin's bid of the $300,000 is apparently the lowest responsive bid received according to Haas's assessment. Their bid amount is below the median total bid value of $311,570 for all three bids received. Some of the notable cost items from Gatlin's mobilization cost and erosion control sodding are below the responsive median mobilization cost that were presented. Gatlin's cost for the pipe removal and pipe installation exceeded the respective median cost for the same items from the other bidders. Gatlin's costs for the pipe disinfection and pressure testing are below the respective bid median bid amounts. So Haas also notes that each bid varies from item to item, with the lowest overall bid typically having the lowest or the lower unit cost for the key items. Due to the relatively small scale of the project, no single bidder work items costs appear to have dominated the final result. In comparing the bids to the engineering's opinion of cost, which was estimated at $193,620, they're obviously that's a cost estimation for budgeting purposes, but not necessarily what you're going to arrive at. Being that is the Gatlin is the case, the recommendation from the engineer to the town is, at the earliest convenience, acceptance of the Gatlin Plumbing bid for $300,000 as submitted on July 15th, and to authorize the town manager to award and execute the construction contract with Gatlin Plumbing to be administered by Haas and Associates, and with the Waterworks taking the lead on that project.
From Scott, members of the Waterworks, attaches a memo regarding the US 41 box culvert replacement we recommend awarding the work to Gatlin, bid for $300,000, higher than hope. It's a bidder's market. You see attached, so I'm assuming in writing that that's his recommendation. It's looking at these things, it's amazing to see $70,000 for mobilization in one bid and $29,000 in another. But I guess like the saying goes, it ain't gonna get any better. We're gonna have to get this going, and it's still less than what we had with the meeting the other day. Any discussion, Bill, on this? Bill?
No, no discussion, Ken.
All right, with that, and the recommendation of the engineer shown into the record, and then also with this email to me dated July 16th from Scott Haas and Associates. I'll need a motion to accept one of these.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the bid submitted by Gatlin Pumling at Haas and Associates' suggestion to this board.
All right, that's the bid for $300,000.
Right, and if you could also include in that motion that to award the bid to Gatlin for $300,000 to be administered by Haas and Associates, and for the town manager to execute all documents necessary.
Also put into the record that this is as mentioned in our special meeting, that this is an emergency because of the fact of the time frame to move forward on the 41 project. So I want that into the record. All right, there's a motion, second? Okay, all in favor, please take roll on this one.
Bill Manasopoulos?
Aye.
Ken Gambala?
Aye. Motion carried. You want to pass that on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
So we're going to skip over on the agenda. You got something?
actually, since Bob's here, if we can just get a couple questions over to Bob, as far as actually seeing the vac truck or having him go over the specs and everything else, I'm okay to skip it. I think Bob's opinion is the one that I need.
You want to talk about that later?
No, I can talk.
Oh.
We can talk about it now that he's here. You know,
Wayne's not here. Do you have any, you have a recommendation for that vac truck?
so,
I just walked in.
so just a couple questions, Bob. I know that they put that sewer vac truck on there. How old is our vac truck?
It's a 1999,
And is that Tri-Town, or is that ours?
strictly ours.
Is it?
And how many hours would you say we run it a year?
Oh, probably 100.
Now, other than the age of our equipment, is this something like you, excuse me, that you had planned that you wanted? I shouldn't say wanted. Everyone wants obviously a new vehicle. Is this something that we've budgeted for in our 5-year plan, or?
It is in there now. We've made a couple repairs these past couple years, upgrades and repairs. We feel it can last a couple years, but we're putting it in there to hopefully see that new one in a couple years.
It's a demo, but it's in pretty good shape, Wayne was telling me. In other words, it's being a demo, it's not been used that much.
No, I think it's only got like 850 miles on it. On the demo that they were supposed to be bringing, I don't know if it's here or not. It'd be my recommendation, though.
Have you seen it?
Pardon?
Have we seen it?
We have. They came by last Thursday, and demoed it for us. They left it and then came back Friday, took it to Hobart to demo for them, and they brought it back and just left it here so they could bring it by tonight. Wayne Pondinas has been kind of driving that since it was here on Thursday, just to get things started, and I appreciate all his efforts. I feel it's in our best interest that we look at this one, and you gentlemen can look at it too, but we also bring a couple more vendors and see what they have to make it a fair game, and then proceed from there. And at which time it could also give us time to plan the financing, budgeting for this new piece of equipment. I do believe it's needed, but the upgrades we made to our truck, I believe it's going to take us through the next couple of years, maybe a couple minor repairs, but overall it should take us through the next couple of years. Also, I think we should look for some grant money. It should be out there probably through MS4 to help us offset the cost of this piece of equipment.
That was my next question. Now that we have the MS board starting up, if it's something we can put off until we get situated there
And we get the
see.
fees constituted and all that.
Yeah.
too,
Yes. Well, and I believe it is. Again, I believe that we can, keep it up and running. It's in good shape for its age.
Okay.
It's just starting to show signs that eventually, yes, we will
wear
need
and tear.
to.
Okay.
Well, so what do we want to do, Bill?
I'm sorry.
What's your flavor?
I mean, I'm in agreement with Bob, and I have the same opinion that we look elsewhere also. I know that I know it's brand new with only 50 miles on it or whatnot, but a lot of things come through the system to where we can always find it at a lesser price, or if we have to go or want to go new, there is a time line on it, but it's not something that I think we have to rush into, especially if maybe it is in our 5-year plan somewhere in there, but if we haven't budgeted for it, to put 500,000 out there is.
And I'm sure they have smaller units too that might be more practical for our department, which might save some money too. So I think that needs to be, I really think would it be nice to have? Absolutely. Everyone wants a Mercedes, but sometimes you just need to budget for a Chevy.
Yeah, I think,
The other question is that, I know with the fire trucks, we have to go out for bids. We can't just let somebody stop by and say, we'd
Right.
like to buy that. So,
Correct.
Exactly.
But
And
I've-
again, it's hard, it's not really apples for apples, but they have this new program called Sourcewell,
yeah, that's what I was.
which kind of eliminates that. But then again, we still want to see everybody's equipment that they have to offer.
Right. Is this a Sourcewell vendor, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
okay, good, I'm glad you came. Well, we'll just table it. There's no action to be taken.
I'd like to make a motion to table the discussion on the vac truck.
And I'll second it in favor.
You need a roll call.
Bill Manisopoulos,
Aye.
Ken Gambala.
Aye. All right, we have, just to mention,
You got your packet.
I did not go through items
I
in
put your
the
packet on the other side. I'm
docket,
sorry. Yeah.
but we have the core and main agenda.
Yeah. So these are
But
for
is
the.
this already in the
Yeah, this was in,
docket?
yeah, it's in the packet.
Okay, and that comes out of the bond issue.
605, yes.
Okay.
60105.
So this is in the docket.
Yeah, because this is for wells 8 and 9.
So that's item C. Okay.
This is for wells 8 and 9, the butterfly valves for core and main.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bob, I think, ordered those, and that we already have got them, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously we have to have them. Okay, old business. You want any discussion for your item?
So as far as the item A, under old business, I reached out to our, I'm sorry, to our financial advisor. I'm waiting back on some numbers as far as, what kind of impact it would make to the town if it's, the best way to go. I'm still in favor of it, but until those hard numbers come in, I don't want to make a decision, and then we find out it's the wrong one.
Yeah, we've got to look at the numbers before we can really do
Yeah.
a discussion. on it.
So I'm going to go ahead and
It's a good ideas, but.
Gonna make a motion
gotta be
to,
paid for, right?
make a motion to table item A also under old business.
All right, we'll keep it on the agenda. All right, reports and correspondence, project updates, updates on the wells.
He had a motion to table it. Is there a second, and we're going to take a vote on that? Okay.
Yeah, it's just to keep it on the agenda.
But
What are you talking about?
he made a motion to table.
Oh, okay.
I made a motion to table it.
All right, second.
Bill Menesopoulos,
Aye.
Ken Gambala.
All right. We have any other old business before I move on? No? All right, then project updates. First of all, project update on our wells.
We got the permits for 8 and 9, and I think we also, I think, have the permit to do the construction for the 600 feet going into the Gates treatment plant. Other than that, everything is pretty good, and you got bids coming out today for that 41 project.
Yeah, we're talking about the culvert.
Yeah, the
We've
culvert.
already passed that.
Right, yeah, and I'm sorry I'm late. I thought it was 6 o'clock. Sorry.
It's okay, Wayne.
All right, other projects. I know some things are on hold, like the Patterson water main and so forth because of cost.
Right,
Anything else that
right.
is the SCADA system completed for the water side?
They're tweaking it. Basically, I think it's all built and installed. I don't think there's much more to do, but they're watching how the water's being used, and they're tweaking certain things at the plants. But that part's done. I think on the sanitary side, the cabinets are all built. I don't know what else is going on, but with that, but they're in the process. The main thing is right now with the water and the consumption, how they can adjust that. You guys ordered another valve, altitude valve for the Kilkenny tank, so that should be coming, and that'll be installed after the peak season, probably in September, October, and that should help.
Realistically, what are we looking at for the wells to go online next year?
Yeah, sometime next year, maybe summer. I'm not sure, because you have to, after you get that transition line done, then you're gonna have to build the buildings, and it's all determined on when we drill 9, which is gonna come in probably another week, what the quality of water is. Meaning, does it have a lot of sulfur in it? How are we going to treat that? So that'll decide, the item will say, okay, you have to treat it a certain way. Are we going to send it all to Gates treatment plant, or are we going to build another treatment plant, or are we going to add on to the treatment plant in the Gates? That'll all be determined when we drill well 9. And that should start next week, I think.
Yeah, 25th.
The 25th or the 27th. The 25th is Monday.
Yeah, I think it's 25th, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
All right, I received a couple phone calls about the letter, that's why,
Well,
year
yeah,
after
it's-
year, it's,
It happens every year, but
Every year.
hopefully we're going to get more water, 2 more wells online, and that'll help.
any other projects? Updates, none? All right. Bobby?
Yes, Wayne's correct. Well 9, they're going to start drilling as of now, July 25th. The test well they want to do down by Monix 3, 4, and 5, that got bumped. It's scheduled for like August 4th, 5th to start that. A little bit of good news with the new SCADA system basically in place. For the past week or so, we've been able to stop the supplement from Cherville. So that's as of right now. Weather's kind of in our favor right now, but things could change. But that's a little bit of update on that.
That's good.
Good.
That's good news.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, now I guess we'll move on to payment of the bills. All right, we have the July 19th docket for water utility of $616,898.42. Any questions, changes, questions?
I'd like to make a motion to pay the water utility dockets as presented.
I'll second that. Roll call.
Bill Manasopoulos,
Aye.
Ken Gambala.
All right. Motion carries. The utility has been approved. We have the wastewater district for $26,661.67. No comments, so need a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the water district dockets.
All right, I'll second that. Roll.
Bill Manasopoulos,
Aye.
Ken Gambala.
Aye. That is approved. Any other items to discuss?
So, now that Mike's in, you want to give us, we already discussed it amongst the board to where we wanted a little bit more information and obviously to take some look at, other vehicles and everything else. But since you're here and if you got anything that you like to add or go over.
He's got the truck outside, and there's an interest in it. I know Bob Davis, everybody's interested, and like you said, Billy, it might be an interest that they want to look at another truck or two.
Well, we may have
He
to-
has this reserved for us for probably till tonight or tomorrow. Other communities are looking at it, and there are advantages to doing it now, but we are going to pay $300,000 for that project that's coming up on 41. So, and there's another way you can purchase the lease or lease the purchase. That's out there. Joe looked at that. Joe looked at it. I thank you for coming out the other day. I thank Mike for giving all the information because we had to give it to all the board members, and most of them will be here today. Nick, I think, is absent because he had something personal to do. So we'll let Mike do his presentation.
Well,
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate the opportunity. Basically, if you guys, okay, so how this went down, we came out and demonstrated the unit. We talked to Bob and the crew down there about replacing the, did it turn out to be a 1998 machine that you have down there?
I think so, yeah.
99, yeah. It's a very old unit, and since that time, these trucks have been used for quite a bit of different functions rather than just sewer cleaning. Obviously, they're made to be a sewer cleaner where it's the jet sewers and vacuum the sewers, but they're also used for hydro excavation quite often. There's a great need with everything that's in the ground to locate those utilities without putting a bucket in the ground. It's required in a lot of situations. So this truck is equipped with that option to use high-pressure water to bust up the ground and vacuum it up along with the sewer cleaning application. This is a demonstration unit, so it's a current year. It was built this year, but it is available for sale. With what you've heard with everything else, as far as delays with supply chain, it's true in everything, and as well as this industry, the chassis that we use to mount our equipment on were, very much at the hands of the manufacturers, and getting a truck to build our product on is a challenge now. Fortunately, the truck is owned by Federal Signal Corporation. I don't know. Did everyone here get the information that I sent?
I think I sent it to everybody. Kenny, you got all that information that I emailed you to?
I got a mess here because I
Yes, if you got all
didn't have time to organize it because I got here late.
So,
But I talked to everybody.
I know you did, so.
okay.
So,
So Federal Signal Corporation, who you purchased the Elgin Pelican Street Sweeper from, they're Elgin's Street Sweeper Company and Vector Manufacturing are sister companies. They're both owned by Federal Signal in Illinois. So the truck's built about an hour and a half away from here in Streeter, Illinois. Wayne contacted me after the demonstration with some questions and interest in the unit, and I provided as much as I could at that time, some pricing on this unit. So I was instructed to get here for a 5:30 to talk to the two boards. So I'm here to answer any questions. I mean, if there's any information that that's not part of the packets that I provided through Wayne, any questions that I can answer, I'm all open for. To give you a little bit of background, Vactor's the largest manufacturer of these trucks. They're the first ones to build them. They're the largest manufacturer. Standard Equipment, who I work for, just like we sold you the Elgin Pelican. We're located in Elmhurst, Illinois. Parts and service capabilities, same day or next day with parts and service. The National Parts Distribution Centers over in University Park, Illinois. So everything's very local. We have municipal-wise, just municipal, not contract-wise, we have about 32 Vactors in Lake County over the past 10 years that we put into service here. So basically all the surrounding communities have one of our products. A lot of them have multiple units because, again, with the amount of work that's required for your MS4 as well as the hydro excavation need, a lot of the towns are exceeding the use for just one and have multiple units. So I'm happy to answer any questions you have and, talk about this truck. I know it's a lot of money to spend, but I can tell you we have some on order that are coming in for local towns and companies as well. We do sell a lot to contractors, and the prices are not going down. It's the supply chain and the way things are, prices are actually quite a bit higher, today than they were even a few months ago. I just got a notice today we had a surcharge on some chassis, on Freightliner chassis, actually put in another surcharge. So going forward on trucks that we build on those, prices are increased. It's something that we haven't seen for years, but just again, the situation we're in right now, that's what's happening. So to lock in pricing is different than what we've had in years past. It's nothing that we can control. Only we can control building our product. The trucks we put them on, we're kind of at the mercy of those manufacturers. So this is a great opportunity to get a truck that's under full warranty at a discounted price. Now we could build you one, and depending on what size you want and what chassis manufacturer, it all depends on how quickly we can get you one. We do have some slots of trucks chassis that we pre-buy. We pre-buy a lot of chassis, so there's some, not many, but maybe there's a couple that we could still build on this year. Otherwise, if we had to order a chassis today, we'd probably be looking at 18 to 24 months on delivery of a truck. So.
And like you said, this was kind of a fluke. Like I told you, I happened to come into Public Works and see the truck.
Yep.
And then I started asking questions in they had a half hour, and I'm like, wow, this could be a demo. Yeah, it could be.
Sure.
And that's how you save some money.
Right.
And everybody, we're not trying to waste your time, but everybody is interested. They've seen the information. I had further discussion with Bob Davis, and it's like, this might be the start that we start looking for one.
Yeah.
Whether or not we purchase this one or not, but being up front with you, it's a nice truck.
Sure.
It's a nice truck.
Absolutely.
And could we use it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys liked it that tested it, so I don't want you to think that we're just throwing it out there at you.
Understood.
Our town manager looked at it, Billy didn't look at it, but it'll be out there after the meeting, he can look.
Sure.
And we have the sanitary board meeting coming up next, and I apologize to the board for being late. I thought it was a 6 o'clock meeting, so I messed up, so that's why I was late.
As you know, as a government body, we have to look into, we might have to advertise and put specs together and get bids rather than just buy a truck.
Well, through Sourcewell, which you guys remember, that's how we did with the Elgin Pelican. So they've done the work for you on that. So if you utilize, and you're a member, if you utilize your membership through Sourcewell, I'm quoting this at Sourcewell pricing minus a demonstration discount. So as far as, these are very unique machines. It's not like it's a Ford pickup where you can get 5 dealers within 50 miles of here. It's a specialized piece of equipment. So that's why it is very efficient for you guys to use Sourcewell, because they've priced it out, and it's actually basically gives you every option content. It's not just a base cookie cutter unit you have to take. So this unit obviously is very well equipped being a demonstrator, but the pricing for that is priced out through the Sourcewell contract that Vactor holds. So there's no cost to the town to use Sourcewell. The fees actually are paid by Vactor. And it would be the same situation as how you purchase the Elgin Pelican. I also submitted an option for a lease purchase, which we did on the Elgin Pelican. There's options for 0 down. We can deliver a truck and you pay the first payment 1 year after delivery, or if you had some funds that you wanted to use and have a down payment, we could go that route. I put it was a 5-year proposal with 2 options on there, but you can, If you wanted to do it in 3 years, you want to do it in, I think there's a chance you can get 6 years. That's something that we just provide as a service. That's not us. We work closely with tax exempt leasing. So it's just something that we offer on their behalf. It doesn't benefit us. We're just looking to give you guys some different options on that. So,
Well, thank you for coming tonight.
okay. Thank you.
Other questions?
No, I mean, the model that he's talking about, I've seen something similar, and it is a great deal. And if you just happen to stop by probably a week or two earlier, I think we would have had a little bit more time to discuss financing and everything else.
Sure.
But on the short notice, hopefully no one buys it. I don't think that's the case, but
Well-
and we see it down the line here, or like you said,
Substantially reduce the amount.
going with with what Bob told us earlier, that yes, our machine's dated, everything
Yeah.
else, but it will last us a couple of years to where if we do decide to go with it and we have to do a build, that we still have something as our backup.
Sure.
So I mean, and I don't know if Ken, you want to see the unit, or if it still has to be during the meeting, or could we adjourn the meeting and see it? That's what I'm wondering.
Go out in the parking lot. huh?
Yeah, it's right out behind this.
Yeah, I'm sure we could adjourn the meeting and then just go out.
Right.
Okay.
Take a look at it.
Cool.
And if anybody from the sanitary board, well, one person's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patty can come out there and look at it and just get, look at it. And like I said, this was like a fluke. And how many times you get everybody kind of in agreement on something? And Mike, I thank you for sending me all that information that night.
Yep.
The next day, my job was to talk to everybody, send it all out. So again, I appreciate that. And I think everybody's eyes got opened up, not like sometimes we make decisions and it's like, what? Okay, we'll decide on it.
Yep. Well, yeah, and I don't know how this can proceed, but if it's something where you're going to put it on an agenda in 2 weeks, we can, if we knew that and we had documentation saying it was going to be, we can hold the unit for you. As I mentioned, prices, we're seeing some substantial. I'm delivering a truck to another entity end of this year. It's probably almost $600,000 for a very similar truck, just because prices they're different chassis, did some different options. So prices are not going down by any means. We're very aggressive on our pricing because Vector is the largest manufacturer, so we sell hundreds of them off the Sourcewell contract. So since you are a member, you are definitely getting the best price levels, but you're taking that in combination with a stock demo unit that doesn't come around that often. So, but yeah, if we can go take a look at it and answer any questions after this, it'd be great. And then you can just kind of keep me informed on the direction we're going.
And if we have to bid it, we could put new truck and also open the bid for an alternate for a demo.
Sure.
As long as we do the proper State Board of Accounts method of buying the truck.
Sure.
So. Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Wayne, you got anything before we adjourn?
No, everything is good.
Anybody else? Okay, thanks for coming tonight, Bob. All right, motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
You can just